And it just shows you that you don't need to trade all day. You don't need to do all, you just need one good opportunity to take advantage of. And that one opportunity can set up your entire day. All right, so hey everybody, I'm actually going to record on this for YouTube as well. So before I get into this trade that I'm doing on the SPY, I wanted to talk a little bit about some VPA while we're doing that. And I was going to do this in the room, but since it's kind of a cool example, I want to talk about it. Before I get on to that, if you guys have a moment, please throw me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. Also, subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. So on to the trades. So Jared and I in the chat room just ended up getting this like really kill trade, and we're super stoked about it. And we want to talk a little bit about how volume comes into play here. Now, I don't know if we're going to get a move all the way back to VWAP on SPY or not, but I want you to see the precision entry on this trade here because it really gives you a good opportunity, and it's a volume style trade, right? So as you can see here, I actually tried to trade on the SPY earlier today and lost it, right? So I actually went down an R on the SPY earlier today. So, and I've been trying to, and I've just been kind of having a fairly blah day actually. Up until I took this trade, I was at about 1.5 R for the day and was probably going to just call it. But decided, you know what, let's, I came back in for my mic time and decided I would do it. So the room called out a waterfall. Now, when we say a waterfall, what we're talking about is a very fast price movement that happens on high volume. Right, so it's not a, that specific, think of a visual of a waterfall. You have a lot of water, right, that is pouring as it falls down, right? This isn't a stream, this isn't a trickle, this is a waterfall, right? So we had this big waterfall and we got high volume, and then it came right into, dare I say it, Jared's king of all levels, previous day close, right? If you haven't had the opportunity to check out Jared's webinar on previous day's close, the king of all webinar, and some of his YouTube material, I would suggest it because he talks a lot about this. So what we had is we had this really high volume come into previous day's close, really high volume. When I looked to my level 2, one thing I noticed on the level 2 was there was not a lot of bid to the downside on my level 2. So, which means we were kind of out of liquidity to the downside. So this waterfall ran right to PDC where all the liquidity was, and it grabbed. Tape at that time showed a lot of green, a lot of buying coming in, and that was a good opportunity to give it a go. So I went long using previous day's close as my stop. So you're talking long 46.95, stop out 46.90. Right, so you're looking at somewhere around a nickel stop, right, on a on a $460 ETF, right? That's an incredibly tight stop, and then as you can see here, got an instant pop. I decided to wait till 4-to-1 almost, a little over 3-to-1, 4-to-1 to grab there. So as soon as I dropped a third there, that completely took away all of my loss from the first trade. So that put me up, once I eliminated that loss, I was up over 2R for the day. This trade was another third of my position at almost another 2R higher. So that was a really nice drop. This put me over goal. And then these two partials solidified that position, and I now find myself up about 4.5R. So that's, put me at about 4.5R. For the day. So not a bad way to close out the day. And it just shows you that you don't need to trade all day. You don't need to do all, you just need one good opportunity to take advantage of. And that one opportunity can set up your entire day, right? Or fix your entire day. So for now, I'm at break even on what's left of my shares. Yeah, let's see if I can get, because it was right around 1:30. Let's see, time. Oh, they're not there. I must have clicked between charts, so I don't have my 1:30 time and sales here. But it basically looked like this. You just saw an extreme amount of green and yellow. Now, my yellow means above the ask, right? So total R's on this trade probably going to be around, depending on if it goes further or not, probably going to be sitting, as of right now, I've already made 4, and I've still got some position left. So if I can get this thing to run, I might be able to really, because my next partial won't probably be till we get up around like 6, you know, up here on the averages, because I'm already pretty low on shares. But yeah, anyway, so that's my little trade there. I hope everyone liked that. I just want to talk a little bit more just to show you how critical paying attention to the level 2 and the volume is to nailing some of these trades. What looked like in a, you know, obviously weak move down into previous day's close, this could easily be a reversal point, right? So we could be hitting here. This could be the low of this, you know, this pullback. Remember, SPY, you know, started off a little above, so we could have just came all the way back down to previous day's close, and now we're going to re-rally back up to 470, right? If that be the case, then I've gotten myself into an amazing position. So yeah, and I appreciate that. And so here, and threw this out. Let me put this on for the close of this little thing. When I trade, I use a methodology, and you guys have probably heard this in prior videos, called where, when, how. Right? So every trade that I take, it needs to have a specific location of importance to watch, right? In this instance, previous day's close and a previous daily level, right? That could be a Camarilla point, it could be high of day, it could be pre-market low, pre-market high, whatever. That's not important. What's important is that you identify a specific area of importance that you're going to look for setups, right? You don't want to just grab setups willy-nilly just as they fly around, right? Because what you're going to find is you're not going to get the risk reward. You're not going to get the moves you want. You want your trades to be intentional, right? So you're going to look for an area where you want to trade. And then once you have the signal, like high volume and a low level 2, right? Then you're going to go, that's your where or your when. That lets you know when it's time to trade. And then of course you have your how after that, which is how you manage it. In my instance, my how was long here, gave it about 5 cents risk or so. And then got some really sweet partials at the major intervals. So, ooh, thank you, Khalid. Yeah. So, exactly. So, all right. So, I'm going to go ahead and wrap the vid. I hope everyone had a great trading day. It is the weekend, so I will look forward to seeing everybody out there in YouTube land on Monday. Otherwise, keep it green, y'all. Thanks.